RunDreamAchieve.com. Hope you all are having a great week. Today's topic, we're going to be discussing running alone versus running with other people. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I had a subscriber ask me a question regarding this particular topic. He said, I'd love for you to cover training alone versus training with other people, pros and cons, but more importantly, how does one stay confident and disciplined to stick to any plan and hit the goals when people around you can slow you down or make you go faster than you should? Great question, Joel. Definitely, if you're training with other people, you do have to have that discipline. Like I always talk about all the time, that you have to have the same amount of discipline to go slow and slow down on those recovery days, especially if you're training in a group, as you do when you're on the track and doing those hard repetitions, anaerobic workouts on the track or on the roads. I think it takes a lot more discipline, especially if you're training with other people, than sometimes it does when you're training by yourself. Because when you're training by yourself, at least you are focused more on your own effort. Whereas if you're training in a group, and I've had this over the years where I had done, for an example, I would do a track workout on Monday, and I ran with a group of runners on a Tuesday who had not done a track workout or a hard anaerobic workout the day before. And I had to slow down. I had to chill out and say, hey, this is the type of workout that I did the day before, and I'm trying to get a benefit from that particular hard anaerobic workout that I did. And over the years, I've realized that the rest period, and I stress this in the videos because we all get very caught up in training anaerobically and preparing well for, on the track or on the roads. We want to run fast all the time, but at the same time, the return on your investment comes from when you're resting and when you're slowing down and allowing the body time to adapt to those physiological adaptations you're working for. And so I think there are certainly pros and cons to both training by yourself and with a group. In terms of training by yourself, at least you are going off of your own effort. If you have a specific time that you're trying to run for a specific workout, say you're trying to do a long run in a specific amount of time, say like you're planning on doing a 20 miler and you want to hit 7:30 pace per mile, or I'm not sure exactly where that is in kilometers, but if you're training by yourself, you're focusing more on your own effort. Whereas if you're training in a group, it's very easy to be running faster than you planned, and the pace of other athletes that you're training with may be far too aggressive for you. I guess where it does come into play when you're training with a group of runners, where at least it's very beneficial, is if you're on the track and you're wanting to do repeat miles or repeat 2 miles. It always helps to have other athletes around you that are better than you, that can push you. But at the same time, you don't want to train too anaerobically or too aggressive too soon. You have to have that plan in place where, as I talk about in other videos, where periodization, where you're focusing on training at a specific effort for 3 to 4 weeks before you start moving up in intensity. You have to allow time for the body to adapt to the stresses you're throwing at it. And so if you're running too fast and you're running in a group and you're running too aggressively too soon, you more than likely won't get the benefits that you're really wanting, because one, your body just physically and physiologically is not prepared to handle the types of paces you're running at if you're training with a group that is, say, more experienced or fitter than you. So I think you do have to have that mentality of patience and delayed gratification. I had to do it over the years too. Training with, and even in my past too, training with groups is obviously very beneficial when you're trying to run a specific pace for your run. It's very helpful if you're doing a tempo run, but it also helps if you're in a group and the athletes in your group are in about the same type of fitness level as you are. That way you're not running too fast too soon. Now, where it can be a struggle for a lot of athletes is it can play with you mentally when you see other runners pulling away from you. And you can't let that get the best of you, because you got to realize too that these other athletes, if you're in a group, training in a group, they may, like I said, they may be more fit than you are, more experienced. They may have faster personal bests. I had to take some humble pie myself when I was training with 210 marathoners. Sure, I'd love to have ran with them for the entire duration of our fartlek workouts, or if we were doing mile repeats and they were doing 420s and I was doing 440s, it is what it is. So, but there are, we talk about pros and cons of training by yourself versus training with other people. Again, training by yourself will allow you time to not only get in the type of shape you're wanting to get into, but gradually. And it's going to, ensure that you're not running too fast too soon, or you're trying to, measure up to other athletes that may be fitter than you are. So training by yourself will allow you time to get, obviously, in great physiological shape, physical and mental shape as well, because the mental aspect of preparing for our races is very big. It's absolutely critical if you want to be successful in middle to long distance running. You have to be strong up here, and all those hard workouts, especially by yourself, is going to make you very tough mentally as well as physically. But also, it's going to, when you're doing mile repeats or 1 kilometer repetitions on the roads or on the track, if you can hit those splits by yourself, it's going to give you all that confidence when you're in a group and you're alternating repetitions with other runners who may be as fitter, or not as fit as you. For example, I remember when I was stationed at Fort Carson in Colorado Springs, I had the great opportunity to be on the same team with Dan Brown. Dan was a 2-time Olympian for the United States of America. He ended up running 2:11:35 for the marathon. A very competitive athlete, but we were doing mile repeats on Fort Carson, and again, this is 6,000 feet, and I remember us hitting like 438, 439 per repetition. But what was great for me is, although I wasn't quite as good of a runner as he was, I was able to. We were alternating laps. So when you're in a group and you're fit and you're relatively in the same type of fitness level as the other athletes around you, you can alternate, running. If you're doing 1 mile repeats, alternate a lap, let them pace a lap, then you pace a lap. Having that interaction in a group is definitely very helpful. But in terms of running alone versus with other people, just keep in mind that, one, when you're fitter, you've done the anaerobic work, then it's a better option to get within a group that, especially that is in the same type of fitness level as you are, or possibly just a little fitter than you are, whereas you can draw off of that group, whether you're doing a tempo run or you're doing a long run with a group. I think that's helpful, because it's gonna pull you along, especially to get through those harder, mental sections of your run. Because there's a lot of breaks, especially in long runs or tempo runs, there's gonna be times when you're very weak, and there's gonna be times where you're very, very strong within that run. But the fitter you get and the longer you run at higher intensities, the more mental, your mental capacity and your ability to handle that ever-increasing amounts of pain and lactic acid buildup is really going to come into play. And definitely training in a group will help you get through those harder times, because you have athletes around you or ahead of you that are kind of pulling you along. But again, I think training by yourself too can make you very dangerous. I actually preferred training by myself, because I always felt like if I could hit specific splits, whether those were kilometer splits or mile splits on the roads or on the track by myself, then I knew I was ready to handle anything my competition was going to be throwing at me in the race. And that is why I ran that 2:19 in 2007 in Sacramento at the California International Marathon. The athletes that I was running with that day had PRs like below 2:10, and I was 100% fit. I had done the training mostly by myself in training, but I also had times where I was training with the groups as well. But if you're training by yourself and you're able to push your body to the upper limits of your physiological capability, then once you get you start tapering down your intensity and your volume, and you rest once you get in the race, and the runners around you are going to help you out so much, and it's going to feel a lot easier, as it was for me. I mean, I was not really in great pain until the last 5K of that marathon. I was still on 5:11 mile pace, I think around 3:15 kilometer pace through the 20-mile mark, and or 32 kilometers. And then I was able to run that last 10K of the marathon, at around 320s, 330s per kilometer, or 520 to 522 mile pace. So you do train by yourself, but also if you're going to get in a group, make sure you're in great physiological shape, and make sure that you're running, like I said, you're running with athletes that are around your same fitness level or slightly faster than you, but not incredibly faster than you. If that's the case, you got to have that discipline to slow down and make sure that you're training at your capacity, and you're training at, like, if you're training at your anaerobic threshold and it's a tempo run you're doing with the group, what your anaerobic threshold is going to be different than the anaerobic threshold of other athletes that you're training with. So you have to, especially if you're training on heart rate, everybody's heart rate's going to be different. Everybody has different. If you're all within the same age group, that's fine, but if you're training with older athletes or even younger athletes, it's going to vary. So I hope that answers your question in regards to running alone versus running with other people. If there's any other questions, or if there's something I didn't cover in this video, feel free to leave me a comment below. I have resources below all my videos, so make sure you check those out as well, because I really want you guys and gals to get to the next level in your training and to really start setting some big personal best. Great running success takes time. But I want you to keep in mind, it's not about working harder, it's about working smarter and using leverage, so that you're doing more with less, you're getting better results, and you're not so caught up in volume for, or running a certain amount of mileage each week. You could be running 100 miles a week and still not get the results that somebody's running 40 miles a week is getting. So it's not about mileage, it's about proper preparation, a proper taper, and making sure that you're training at the correct intensities and allowing time for recovery between those hard workouts. So I hope you guys all have a great week of training. Hope this video was helpful for you all. Give me a thumbs up if you can. I'd appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. And share, and subscribe to this channel. I really appreciate all of you and for the comments. So I'll talk to you all.